Something that I feel that doesn't get talked enough about these days in Dead Alley is actually something that was a pretty big controversy when they announced it and when it was first brought out, and that's the Rift. The Rift is just Dead Alley's version of a battle pass, and today I'm just going to go over what I think of it and how I think it could be improved. So for starters, the Rift cost 1,000 Auric cells or a tenner, and uh, when you buy it, you unlock the premium track, which is just full of cosmetic items and other auric cells. When you complete the rift, you earn back your auric cells, allowing you to buy the next rift and the next rift, or spend it on something else. These are the positives, in my opinion, to the rift, but there's also some pretty big negatives. I think that Debedi's Rift, or Battle Pass, I'm just going to call it, is probably one of the worst Battle Passes I've seen in games. Ever since Fortnite sort of popularized the Battle Pass, virtually every game has got one now, and some of them were decent, and some of them were pretty shit. And I think Debedi leads towards the pretty shit side of it. And why is that? So basically, when they announced the Rift, they also announced charms, and they brought these charms obviously as Rift fillers. They clearly didn't have enough ideas to fill up the Rift, or didn't want to make enough cosmetics, so they made these charms, which I think nobody really cares about charms. Let's be honest. They're pretty insignificant, and they don't even really look good either way. The only decent charms in the game are the ones you get from completing the tomes. But even with the addition of these charms, there's still a lot of empty spaces in the Rift, especially the free pass. Now, I'm not expecting the free pass to be full of like great stuff because like it doesn't have to be. It's a free pass, but like the amount of empty spaces in the free pass, it feels incredibly unsatisfying to play and really doesn't give you any reason to work towards it. In my video where I was on about how to make it more rewarding, I think the Rift, making it more rewarding would just make people want to play even more because you want to progress through the Rift and get some decent prizes. The easiest way to change this would just be putting a currency in the empty spaces in the free pass. So say like maybe 50k blood points or 100k blood points, or like 200 or 300 iridescent shards. I think that would be just really good to put in the free pass. Going on from that, I also think the challenges for the Rift need to be improved. I think some of them are, for starters, too time consuming and some just promote bad plays. I think the master challenges and stuff should all be able to be completed in one game, and most of the other ones should also be able to be completed in one game. But challenges that are annoying because you have to keep them on for a few games and you get basically nothing for it. I find those ones super annoying. Like you'll have killer challenges that say hook 12 different survivors, which takes 3 games, and you get a third of a tier for that. And I don't know, I just think that's is too much for how much it rewards. So these challenges need to just be able to be done faster and make them a wee bit more fun. There was some survivor challenges, I think it was the last rift, that required you to literally sit behind the killer for like 45 seconds. That just promotes bad plays. That's just going to promote your teammates. Like, solo queue's already annoying with how shit teammates are, but when you've challenges like that force these people to like sit behind the killer and just do nothing the entire game and try and chase the killer and get downed, like that just makes the game even more miserable to play. So they need to stop doing challenges like that and just start even, they could literally do the opposite. They could do challenges that require you to play well. Like challenges like a safely unhook 2 survivors in one game. Or complete, like, I don't know, complete 2 generators in one game. Or be chased by the killer for a total of 80 seconds in one game. Just these things that promote good plays, like doing generators and safely unhooking, rather than things that promote bad plays. Next, I sort of want to go on to like my biggest gripe with the Rift, and that is I, I just don't think the cosmetics are ever really that good in the Rift, and there isn't enough cosmetics. There's basically every Rift, it's one new killer skin, one new survivor skin, or not, 2 new killer skins, 2 new survivor skins, and then a bunch of recolors or very, very minor, like, changes to skins. For me, this Rift would probably be the best one because there is an amazing Oni skin in it. This is this Oni skin is probably the best Rift skin in the game. Probably the only one worth getting. But if you looked at the last one with Hillbilly, with that pig skin, it wasn't a very good skin, and it was literally one of the only skins in there. They need to put more. There needs to be like four new killer skins in there, and maybe or maybe even three new killer skins. I'll even say three new killer skins, three new survivor skins, and some actual like more decent stuff, and it would be more worth it. Putting a bunch of recolors and stuff like that, it's not worth the money in my opinion, because it takes a lot of effort to level up this rift. That's another thing. It's also pretty damn hard. I've never maxed out a rift before, and I actually played Dead by Daylight quite a lot. So if I'm not able to max out the rift, then and buying the premium track doesn't give you a bonus to leveling up. You level up at the same speed whether you have it or not. So I think even if you were trying to, like you should be able to casually play and still max out your rift, because that's the whole point. You shouldn't have to grind out every challenge and be playing like almost every day just to finish this rift. So I think some of the issues could be easily fixed and actually make Dead by Daylight's rift like really good and incentivize people to play more. Like I said, I don't really see many people talking about this. I don't see many people ever say anything about the Rift until it's first released, because nobody really cares about it anymore. And that's kind of a shame because it can be good, but behavior just don't really put the effort into the Rift that they should be doing. I mean, most of the time I look at the Rift and I'm like, shit skin, don't even play that character, not even a very good skin. This time, that Oni skin is really good, and I play Oni, so that's actually good, but I still won't even be getting this Rift, because I know I won't be able to get that full set. But in conclusion, I think the problems with the Rift isn't the pricing or stuff like that, it's more just the quality of the stuff in the Rift, and how hard it is to actually max it out. You should be able to play maybe 10 hours a week and do your challenges, and you should still be able to max out your Rift. And I think they do need to improve the quality of the items in the Rift. Like, make sure you have at least 3 brand new skins in there for Killer, and then maybe 3 brand new skins for Survivor in there. And just make sure they're quality skins, make sure they're good, and then make it easier to level up. Fill in the gaps with some currency, and Dead by Daylight's Rift would be really good. It would be completely worth it, and I could actually see Dead by Daylight making a lot more money. But I definitely don't think many people are buying the Rift, just because it's not worth it 90% of the time. Like, nobody's going to buy the Rift if their character isn't getting a skin. Alright, there's no point in me buying the Rift if my character's not getting a skin. But by putting more killers and survivors in there, people are more likely to buy. But that's that for this one. Thanks for watching.